speak up. Speak up. Raise your voice. Your voice is the most powerful thing, and we, together, as women standing shoulder to shoulder, cannot and will not any longer accept silence.
Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdettes Newsstand, and as I said in a previous video, I am watching this Amber Heard and Johnny Depp situation pretty closely. I think it's a shame that people aren't. I think it's a shame that women get away with this, and I was looking for a comment for literally half an hour. I wanted to give credit where it was due, but it's important to note when it comes to my previous video, and I will put that link in the description, but when she said, see how many people believe you because she is a smaller woman. Women do this. Women get away with this. There is a huge flaw in the court system that is letting this happen, and I don't think, she talks about women's rights and the Me Too movement and stuff like that, when she is really championing for getting away with what she wants to get away with simply because she's female, and it's wrong. And we've seen a lot of people come out in support of Johnny Depp, and I do think that's great in this situation, even as far as Perez Hilton issuing an apology because he believed Amber. Now we're getting more news when it comes to Johnny Depp, and he does seek to squash this new subpoena about the Weinstein Company. I'm not even kidding. This comes full circle when it goes to Hollywood. Johnny Depp filed a petition late Friday to squash a subpoena filed by his ex-wife, Amber Heard, which seeks to get the Weinstein Company to turn over details on the actor's dealings with Weinstein. Now, I forgot to mention in the beginning, I do have a new audio clip for you to listen to about the, being a small girl getting away with it. So I will put that at the end, but what I think this is to do with when it comes to Weinstein is obviously we know he has been indicted on a lot of abuse. A lot of issues come from this man. Now, what she's trying to do is relate them together. And I think a lot of it is more not actually anything to do with the court. I think she wants a public platform or some sort of, issue with them together to bash him on, to drag him through the water. And we know that's how she plays. That's exactly what she goes through. What she wants to do is, and I hate using the term because a lot of people throw it around for no reason, but she wants to gaslight him. And we've seen it so many times. Her subpoena aims to seek discovery relating to Depp's ongoing $50 million defamation suit against her. Like I said, I will be keeping an eye on this. I think it's important for this to have a win. And what I mean by that is this woman needs to be made an example out of. This woman doesn't deserve to get away with this. And maybe if she's made an example out of and he wins this suit, maybe other terrible women that use stuff like this will at least take a second to think about it, at least realize what they're facing against, and at least maybe, and I don't know, because women like this I've never understood. You use the simple fact that you are female to get ahead, accuse people, and keep moving on. I don't get it whatsoever. It also seeks documents concerning any act of violence committed by Mr. Depp during the production or promotion of The Libertine, which is a 2004 Weinstein Company produced flick starring Johnny Depp. So they want anything. At some point you realize they are going overboard, and seriously overboard. And that's why I say I think it's more of a way to try to find something that she can publicly drag him on, because as we know, she's done it before, she's lied before, she'll do it again. Depp filed the defamation suit after Heard and his wife, and I've talked about this before, about their separation, and I honestly think I really, really want him to win this. While Depp was not named in the piece, he insisted that it strongly inferred he was the perpetrator. Heard responded by detailing the horrific abuse she allegedly suffered at his hands. How much evidence more do you need? We have seen people And mostly, the Daily Mail's done a really good job of it, and that's actually the video I have at the end, the audio I have. They've done a really good job of getting a hold of this audio, showing what a POS she is, and documenting and keeping track, but you'll never see this covered by real mainstream media, and what I mean by that is basically the media that is still on television, because I don't watch it personally myself. I would rather get my news through trusted sources, and those right now are hard to find. Attorneys for Depp and Heard didn't immediately respond. Of course they didn't. This is going to be an ongoing thing. What I want to talk about is another change.org petition that's come out, right? So I did not know this, but apparently Amber Heard works for L'Oreal, which obviously is a huge cosmetic company, and she is still working for them, still getting paid for them, still doing commercials for them. So she is being slammed basically by citizens' petition to remove Johnny Depp. Remove Johnny Depp's abusive liar ex-wife. Right, and I it's so hard. Cancel culture is such a touchy subject. But when she has continuously dragged this man, continuously lost him money, and she has prevented him from working, it's really getting ridiculous at this point. It's really sad that women go this far. Johnny Depp said Amber Heard has a history of domestic violence. This I've all talked about before. It's just a shame to see. So this is a tweet. It says Amber Heard admits she abused Johnny Depp. Supporting an abusive liar is the lowest form of low. Now, this is still on. I actually watched the commercial because I wanted to make sure before I covered it. I always try to make sure I know what I'm talking about. This commercial is still up on L'Oreal's YouTube channel. It's still running on the media. They have no problem coming out and doing different things, but they're not saying anything when it comes to this. Now, should she lose her job? Honestly, that's a hard call. I do think so. At this point, with what she's done, I think it's important to make it known that women cannot get away with this. Real women wouldn't do this to begin with, but women shouldn't be able to get away with all of this. Imagine watching TV and seeing your abuser getting portrayed as a humanitarian. Triggering and heartbreaking, right? Well, that's what happens to Johnny Depp and his family every time they see L'Oreal ad featuring the abuse of Amber Heard. Of course it is. He has to live with seeing this commercial, just watching, TV with his child, with his daughter or son, and it's gotten to a point where it's ridiculous. I think at one point, everybody needs to be made an example out of. If you make an example out of someone in a large way, it prevents further things from happening. This Me Too movement has gone too far. It has hurt so many people, and Amber Heard just continues to hurt and hurt and hurt, and yet she gets away with it and gets away with it. It's such a shame. The court systems need to be changed. Not only that, but the actual this needs to go on to show women they can't get away with it. And whether it's court or public or defamation, it needs to show and be made an example of. Let me know what you guys think about this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
It's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
It doesn't matter if it's a fair fight. My
Exactly, because you're bigger and you're stronger. And so when I say that I thought you could kill me, that doesn't mean you counter with you also that you lost your own finger. I am not trying to attack you here. I'm just trying to point out the fact of why I said call 911. Because you had your hands on me after you threw a phone in my face, and it's gotten crazy in the past, and I truly thought I need to stop this madness before I get hurt.
Oh my God.
And I never think about myself that way. I never defend myself that way. I never see myself as a victim.
But I'm telling you now, if they file the papers tomorrow, which means I got to file before we go to court on Friday. If they file those papers, it's first of all, it's very bad for both of us. Okay.
Well, your team's not going to file anything that they think is bad for you. Trust me.
No, what you're saying. You got to do something to protect yourself, which means throwing me under the bus for some video about me beating.
Not me. I have to respond legally, meaning I'll have to go and pursue the. No, I have to pursue the whole course of action, because here's what you don't understand. If we do this, and basically we'll know, because I called my lawyers and I said, why aren't we negotiating more? What is going on? Where are we? And they're like, everything is in their court. We literally
they won't settle. Your agents won't. Your lawyers won't settle, baby. I'm telling you.
No, we want to mediate. We even have we even found mediators and everything. Like, that was all worked out. The thing that Laura didn't agree to was she did not want to agree to a mutual gag order. And that's the problem. Like, she doesn't want the gag order. Why, Johnny? Why? Why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't she want both parties to not talk about this in the press? By the way, just talking about the press, not even talking about the court.
Okay,
Why?
I'll tell you what, Amber, let me get on that right now. I'll get on it right now. And I'll get a message back to you somehow. Just, but I'll get on it right now.
I just want you to know, I'm not doing anything, and have not been doing any moves. Like, look it up, the timeline. Nothing was on the offense. Everything has been a defensive move, because I'm being called a liar and a gold digger. And I'm not lying about any of it, and I am not after a dime of your money. And you know what?
Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Subscribestar and Patreons. You guys literally make this channel possible. Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris C, Dave Ross, David L, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Sanjuro, Jeremy Burtz, Joe Bustify, Kato Roan, Magical Exotic Diamonds, Mighty Pauls, Mike Buckner, Robert, Steve Glasker, Timothy French, Ala's Matt Films, Alexander Trapp, Way Else One, and Troy Reiser. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like on the way out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.